Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode here in Devil Dagger. Last time we had a few visitors show up at the end of the episode, namely 2 raiders, 2 fighters, and I believe our first ogre, which has a crazy high fitness level and a decent fighting score, which means he's going to be doing really high damage in hand-to-hand combat. So I went through and I set up a few of the professions to be a mechanic, and the reason I did that is because the mechanic is the job that the gnomes use to sound the alarm bell that we have. And so I set up the miner, the doctor, and the soldier. The soldier already had the mechanic job, but the doctor, Da Vinci, had the mechanic job added. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sound the alarm, and hopefully we don't have poor Nespera here trying to fight these goblin raiders by herself. So we're sounding the alarm, and it doesn't look like anybody is even trying to. Alright, so somebody actually did finally hit it, and so our soldiers should be awake, and we're gonna tell the blue bakers, or blue slaughterers, I'm trying to combine the 2 names now, the blue slaughterers to come down here and fight this raider. And it looks like somebody has just spotted them, and I really hope that Nespera is not trying to let's go ahead and help Nespera out. We'll create a guard area over here and put the Blaze Bakers to stay there permanently. That way they will, oh god. Nespera, why? Why, Nespera? Nespera, you're going to get hurt. Okay. Whew. Some of our soldiers got down there to help Nespera. That was close. I do believe Nespera would have died had it not been for our soldiers acting quickly and getting down there. Whew. Okay, so it looks like we might have 1 goblin left, but the taunters, or the sentinels, are doing very well at helping keep the goblins at bay while everyone else focuses on killing them. And the ogre is pretty injured, so that's very nice. Alright, and Nespera is joining in on the action, even though she really shouldn't be. But hey, at least everybody survived. Oh, well, that was a bit of a scary situation. Alright, and what is going on with Phil Bingham? Phil Bingham has fallen over. Phil Bingham, are you drunk? Have you drunk too much wine? Tell them to sound the all clear signal, and everybody should go back to doing exactly what they were doing. Move back to the... See, that stairwell really helps to add some extra access to our bedrooms. It makes it so our gnomes don't have to wander all the way through the kingdom, which is another really good point of creating a path for our gnomes, because the more paths that the gnomes have to get to their bedrooms quickly, the better, in my opinion. However, there are a few occasions where having too many paths will actually cause your game to slow down because your gnomes are trying to calculate the quickest path. I've only ever really experienced it when the gnome population gets around like 40 to 50. You can manually set the population right here under the population cap, and as this says, a setting of 0 will have no cap, so you'll just constantly keep getting gnomes. Right now I'm not too concerned about it. If we start experiencing any kind of slowdown, I'll probably set a population cap. Let's see, we have all our farms, our groves. I'm trying to remember exactly what was going on before our lovely visitors showed up. It was quite a scary situation considering. We really need to get Nespera some more people. So I'm hoping that some new nomads might show up and help to strengthen our military even more. But the expansion has happened for our workshops. We have some nice storage space for our workshops. I really want to start decorating our kingdom because having dirt walls everywhere kind of is a bummer. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. I was going to throw down some doors, but I'm actually going to replace the doors first. So smooth stone, and we're gonna put some doors here. Let's go ahead and do that. Put some doors there. Might seem like a bit of overkill for the doors, but I don't know, it just makes sense to me to have doors there. Alright, and we'll put some marble doors because I like to believe that these are like refrigerators, so having big marble doors would be helpful to the kingdom. That way the cold air doesn't leak out for our storage solutions, even though this game doesn't actually have a feature dealing with rotting food. Alright, so let's see, what should we do today? I believe that we were working on we were working on trying to get this gatehouse built. So let's see how exactly. We went up 3, which is all fine and dandy. But I would like the gatehouse to look a little bit more fancy. I'm just not exactly sure how I want it to look. So for right now, we're going to do that. And we're going to tell them to go ahead and finish off these floors, because I do actually want block floors here. But after we get these block floors, I think I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing for our kingdom. Use some decorative stone blocks right in the middle here, and I think I'm going to use carved blocks on the corners of them. And so I really need to know where the corner block is. Alright, so it looks like it should be right about here and right about here. So let them finish putting that floor in, and then we'll do that. And I'm not really sure how they plan on doing that. Yeah. Sometimes our gnomes, they aren't the smartest, unfortunately. So we'll have to put in another scaffolding. That way they can actually get there. And we're gonna have to tell them to build some more floors. Unfortunately, this is just some of the things you have to deal with the AI. It's nothing too major, it's just something you kind of have to work around. The AI was actually doing pretty well. It's just when you start doing big projects like this, if you don't take manual control, I guess you could say, it starts to get a little bit hectic. But go ahead and throw the floors down for over there. And it looks like our gnomes are doing a pretty good job of getting everything set up. I think that looks pretty nice, if I do say so myself. And we want some carved marble. Grab that. And as soon as they finish, I'm not sure what, oh, they're prioritizing that. We still have a decent amount of marble, it looks like. Over 100 anyway. So, waiting for all of that to be taken care of. And we want to wait for that, especially because they actually won't be able to get back here. I'm going to have to set up another set of scaffolding. So put that there and that there. And I just realized that that's actually not what I want. Well, darn it. Alright, so we'll cancel that, deconstruct this, and tell them to... See, this is another problem, is being indecisive about things and not knowing exactly what you want. So we have our carved wall. And it doesn't make a bit of difference whatsoever in terms of value or anything like that. I just think it looks nice having something a little bit different than what the towers are. And I might actually replace this block and this block here with some carved walls as well, just to give the gatehouse a little bit more of a royal feeling. And there's our autosave, and if I'm not mistaken, yep, it's the beginning of the season. So let's see if we actually get some new nomads, which would be great, because then we could fill out the military, and we actually have 2 people that want to join the fort that left a comment down in the comment section below. And that's open to anyone if anyone would like to join the... Oh, we have 1 new nomad. Alright, I will be right back. I need to check the list to see exactly who it was, and it looks like we also have a goblin tunneler that has shown his ugly face to us. So I will be right back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Alright, so here we have our newest addition, James Higgs, and James is going to be a soldier in our army, and James has actually requested to be the leader of a squad, so I don't see why he couldn't be the leader of the Blaze Bakers, considering Nispara was a randomly generated gnome. That does mean that I need to go into the military and adjust things a little bit. So we will put Nispara down here, if I can find her, and we'll put James right at the top here. He will be the squad leader, and we're just going to get James training a little bit, trying to get his dodge chance a little bit higher. And as soon as James gets his dodge ability up a little bit and his fighting ability, we will go ahead and switch him over to using an axe, because if I'm not mistaken, James actually has a pretty decent skill in it. Yes, he has a 26 in axe, which is by far his highest skill. So I think he's going to be a great axeman. Alright, so it looks like our gatehouse is being built with some rather good speed. We'll go ahead and replace this wall, like I said. Carved block. And put that there. And then go ahead and add the outer trim to everything. Or outer trim to our tower here. And have to make sure that we're on the right level, because unfortunately that will stop you from being able to build. And just fill out this outer layer here. And we don't want to completely cut it off, but I guess that would be the best solution right now. And we need something there. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get to work on that. Let our gnomes build that with all haste. As soon as they get that done, we can go ahead and add the corner slots, attaching everything. And once they get those corner slots in, we can add the floor above it, and we can actually add our second level if we'd like. And I'm thinking about possibly opening up these 2 areas here and creating a bit of a moat around these towers. That way we can have some archers stationed in the towers and have them shooting down at the enemies as they enter. It won't be anything too effective because it's not really a killing hallway or anything like that, but it might be something worth looking into. I mean, we could create a nice little labyrinth for our goblin invaders to come in through. Once we get engineering up and running, it'll be especially effective to use some kind of trap system to filter out our invaders from our friends. Once we get that done, oh, they are actually done with that. Alright, I'm not paying attention apparently. Go ahead and add these corner slots in. And for all of you watching out there, if you guys have any suggestions as to the format of these videos, whether you particularly like seeing me just play 20 minutes straight, or if you'd like to see a little bit more editing done with a little bit more cuts, that way we actually get a lot more accomplished in roughly a 20-minute time span, because that's the length of episodes I make. Please feel free to give me a shout. I'm always open to some constructive criticism. Don't, Don't be a troll. Don't demand anything. Demands usually are met with resistance. And it's not because I'm trying to be an a-hole or anything, it's just the way of the world, really. When you catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar, as they say. Alright, and I just realized that they're... How exactly are they getting up there? I have no way of knowing how exactly our gnomes are getting up here. It's kind of dangerous, and I just realized that this is really dangerous. That actually adds an opportunity for our enemies to exploit. So we're gonna go ahead and just shut this off. Tell them to get rid of that, and I need to see exactly how... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Our gnomes are actually going outside to get up here now, which is not good. So what we need to do is we need to tell them to deconstruct that scaffolding, and we're going to tell them to build another one. And I hope that this is actually helping people with some of their builds, because I know when I first started playing Gnomoria, trying to figure out the building process was a little bit difficult. I couldn't figure out why my gnomes couldn't get to certain areas, why they were getting to other areas. So I hope this shines a little light for some people, that way they can actually start building some grand towers and things. And if you have anything worth sharing, please send it my way. I'd be more than happy to take a look. I'm always looking for a little bit of inspiration for the kingdom itself. And if you notice, our gnomes don't actually have a path up here. Oh my god. Wow, that is really loud. Whew. Our gnomes are really going at it. Naspara is giving James a workout. My lord. James, I hope you brought your pads, man, because Naspara is giving you a workout of your life. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set up another set of scaffolding. Because as I was trying to say before I realized that Naspara and James were going to town on each other, there's actually not a path up here. This scaffolding is because our gnomes can't move diagonally. And go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And it doesn't look like zooming out actually helps, so I'll just move that away from there. Hopefully it helps. Yeah, our gnomes that train with weapons aren't nearly as loud as our gnomes that are training with their fists. Alright, our tower's coming along quite nicely. We're getting the... well, I guess that would be the 3rd level, technically. We'll be replacing the floor over there. But for right now, I'd rather just get this all set up. And once we have this nice layer set up, I think I'm going to take a break from the gatehouse. I think it'd be a better idea if we did a vast makeover of our kingdom, rather than these dirt floors for everything, our workshops, and the hallways of our bedroom. I think it'd be a great time to go ahead and start adding some value that way. I did just realize that we don't have a bedroom for James Higgs, because we have 21 gnomes now, but we only have 20 bedrooms. So, I think in between episodes I will set up a new bedroom area coming off of here and allowing this ambassador room, because if you notice I have these 2 areas marked out. This ambassador is going to maintain a nice little block over here, and this ambassador is going to maintain the block over here. I haven't quite decided how many bedrooms I want these ambassadors to be in charge of. Really, I'm just limited by the space of this hill, because I don't want to build anything outside the hill. But this goblin tunneler is really... it annoys me that it's there, but it's not actually doing anything. They can't get into the kingdom, so for right now I'm not too concerned about it. But we will go ahead and allow our gnomes to finish building the 3rd layer for our gatehouse. I think it's coming along quite nicely. In fact, I think what I want to do is replace this final block wall down here with a carved wall. That way it goes all the way down. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. We're gonna have to set up a scaffolding to get to this block, unfortunately, because there's no access and our gnomes can't do corners. Unfortunately. But our gnomes will finish that, but for right now, I think it's a good spot as any to go ahead and call it an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the combat. I hope these building tips have helped you in this episode. In the next episode, we're definitely going to be doing a vast makeover of the kingdom. I'll probably set up all the designations in between episodes. I won't actually do any of the work. And I will definitely get this dug out. I'll dig that out prior to the makeover, and then I'm just gonna go crazy with the decorating of the kingdom. We already have a nice path for our farm areas, so I think that'll be alright. And of course, Nespara and James Higgs are going to town on each other. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you in the next. From everybody here in Devil Dagger, y'all have a great one.